In 5,
4,
3,
2.
1.
Welcome to the podcast where a guy who doesn't watch movies discusses movies with a guy that only watches movies.
Damn, we've been doing this so long. You know the intro, my man. That was awesome. Thank you. That man is Thomas D. Hart, and the man that doesn't know movies at all,
Zade Slater.
How can this be your first movie if we watched the first Space Jam?
This is my first Space Jam New Legacy.
This is the first time I've watched this movie. The fuck is that? All right, we good. So they did a new legacy to a nostalgic, but we determined, now that I'm thinking about it, first Space Jam wasn't that good. It wasn't as good as what I think it is because of the nostalgia factor.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that good, but I like it. I enjoy it. It brings back childhood memories, and
Which is the most
also
important
good.
thing when it comes to nostalgic movies.
And now I have the 4K, so it doesn't look terrible either.
It did look crisp when we watched it.
Mhm, it
In
did.
comparison to my expectations.
Yeah, you're right, fam. So this one stars LeBron James.
King James, as they call him.
Sorry, King James.
All hail
Bugs
King
Bunny.
James.
The people that play LeBron's family, and Don Cheeto did Algae Rhythm.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Algae Rhythm is?
No, I do.
Oh,
He's
Don
the
Cheeto?
The antagonist. I don't know who Don
He's
Cheeto
in,
is.
the Ocean movies. He's in some other
Ocean
movies.
Man.
The Ocean 12 series.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
He's a character. He's an algorithm, actually. Yeah, he plays in I'm trying to look it up. I've seen him in something.
That's probably nothing I've seen him in.
I've seen him in things. But in this one, it starts out the same, doesn't it?
Relatively, yeah.
Kind of.
There's like a scene with him being young and his mom, and then there's a scene of him playing basketball.
So,
Whereas in the other one, there's a scene of when he was young with his dad, and then a scene of him playing
LeBron
basketball.
does not know his father.
Aw.
But LeBron's mom was a really good parent to him. And history about LeBron, that scene in the beginning of New Legacy where he played on a high school team, fourth period. I don't know about the Game Boy part, like where he has the Game Boy and the
And it's,
Looney
yeah,
Tunes.
and
I don't know if
specifically
that's
playing
true
Looney
because I
Tunes.
wasn't like there's no documentary on that part, but there's like there's a documentary. LeBron James was on an 8th grade team with like his best friends. Like they slept together, ate together, did everything together. And they were in like a world championship of like 8th graders. And fourth quarter, LeBron shoots, misses, they come in second.
Aw.
And then in high school, they won like 4 state championships.
He made up for it.
Yeah, with the same team.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, the
Him
same
and the
starting
boys.
Yeah, they stayed best friends. They even were so good at basketball, they got, instead of going to the bad school in Akron, because they were from Akron, worst part, they went to a private school just for basketball.
That's kind of sick.
That is cool.
Sports can get you out the hood, out the
Yeah,
trap.
they can get you out of the, I mean, yeah, that's true. Thanks, LeBron, for giving us that dream.
Yeah, it's a nice inspiration. Working hard, paying off.
And in the beginning, you're getting this vibe that LeBron is all about fundamentals. And the way he was raised to be the best, he's trying to put on his children.
One of which seems to accept it as it seems like
Yeah,
basketball
one
is what
is
he's
his
into.
thing. Yeah, that's his thing. But
But
the
the
other
oth-
one's not that guy.
He's not into basketball the way that LeBron is, in the sense that he
Of
wants to
course
be
not.
the best and fundamentally be the most in sync. But he seems to like it. We learn he's got a more passion for video game creation,
Yeah,
but
which is
his video
cool.
game happens to be a basketball game. So clearly,
He likes basketball.
Yeah,
Basketball's a major part of his
he
life.
maybe even loves basketball, just not in the sense that he wants to be the best basketball player around.
Exactly. So they go to Warner Brothers, also the studio that created this film. Obviously, they couldn't have made their name bigger in this movie, but they invite LeBron to a business deal.
Yeah, like a
Which I
meeting.
don't even know what the deal really was. Like they were up, they had a cool he brought a son, the gamer son, and show this presentation of their idea. Sarah Silverman plays the executive. I like her. She's a good comedian. And the guy that played the guy that died in Walking Dead.
Oh no.
Stephen Young is the actor's name. I watch Walking Dead, I just forget because it's been that long since he died. Glenn's his name. Sorry, but he was.
Spoiler alert! If you're for some reason behind on that show,
yeah, way behind. They showed a presentation that was made by their algorithm, played by Don Cheadle. Algorithm.
I thought the personification of an algorithm was really cool.
I thought that was cool too. And how does LeBron feel about this? I don't even know what they're doing.
I believe that what they were trying to propose to him was that they were going to use their like scanning technology to animate him and put him into the Warner Brothers. Put him into the Warner Brothers universe and have like remakes of all the films, including him. But he wasn't going to have to lift a finger. The computer was kind of just going to imprint him in. Yeah. So there would be like Batman and Robin and LeBron and like.
How LeBron feel about this idea? Probably how we feel about it.
He hated it.
He said it was ass.
Yeah, he basically spit in their face without it.
I'm surprised he didn't say that's some ass. He, was like, he straight up said, he was like, with all due respect, that idea is straight up bad. Which it was. And then he was like criticizing the algorithm. And then his kid was like saying some Matrix variant.
He was really interested in the technology.
None of that is actual real computer words.
They just say
algorithms.
Big words.
The only word that they use that is actually a real thing.
I've always got the hint that that's what they do in movies when it comes to smart computer talk, is they just say things that don't make sense to people.
For like layman's people, but at the same time, it's not like they don't have computer savvy people on set that could be like, "Hey, it's actually this," because they don't care. They just
it doesn't matter. The majority of the public doesn't get it, and the ones that do aren't going to be like, "This is incorrect."
Actually, people do that, like with science. Like Neil deGrasse Tyson is a scientist. He's been on Rogan and stuff. He's really
I've
cool.
watched his
cool.
stuff on Rogan. Actually,
he has like a YouTube thing where he compares sci-fi movies to like real life science and see if it's like accurate and stuff, and it's called science fiction.
Do you know that's Mike Tyson's brother?
Shut up.
There's an episode of Mike Tyson and the Mystery Gang or something like that, whatever his show's called, and there's a running joke that that's his brother.
That'd be funny. That'd be really weird too, because they're totally different.
Yeah, they're the opposite.
Yeah,
science and violence.
And then who gets mad when he calls the algorithm trash?
The algorithm?
All right, he gets like a little butthurt, honestly.
He's fuming because he like worked hard on this idea, I guess.
Yeah.
Which it is kind of a stupid idea.
Yeah, it was bad. It was kind of dumb. It was just an idea. Warner Brothers sat down. They were like, okay, we got to think of something. Let's think of a way to give LeBron an idea in a movie with also promoting our other movies so that you go see them.
Which is slick.
It's slick, but
one thing that I thought was funny about the concept of their proposal is that he said it was a bad idea, and then the next 2 hours was exactly that idea. So
that's true.
The idea is them digitally putting him into the universes, and he's like, nah, that sounds stupid. And then when him and Bugs go to assemble the team,
they lived it.
They go to every one of the things that he said was a bad idea.
He got excited.
Yeah, he said it was a bad idea until he went and did it, which is cool.
That is actually smart.
On paper, we're saying it's a bad idea too, but we watched it for 2 hours and enjoyed it.
Say it that way.
Shit.
That's a good idea.
Damn,
but at the same time, they've had no shame in plugging
everything they own, dude.
They tried to make you forget about Disney, which can't happen.
I don't feel bad about them plugging everything though. I think we should do it. Shout out my YouTube Zade Slater. Shout out your Instagram Detography.
Detography 19. Actually,
I keep forgetting the numbers at the end. Detography 19.
Yeah, because someone took my shit. I'm a shout out. I'm gonna call you out right now. He ain't even a photographer. Just some dude that takes pictures on his phone took the name Detography on Instagram. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you. But seriously,
a little bitch taking it. That'd make a cool YouTube clip. Why my name's not just Detography?
Right. I'm mad now. And then he gets so mad that he makes up a plan to abduct LeBron James and his child. And when he does so, he says, well, you can get out if you play me at basketball, which ends up not even being basketball. We'll get to that. It's not even basketball. It's
Basketball-ish.
It's like Dom Ball.
Yeah, that's what it's
game.
called.
Yeah.
His son's video game.
Yeah, and he tries to get his son on his side because his son's mad at his dad because his dad's being a shitty dad. And I feel like that's the whole subject of the movies, that LeBron's being a shitty father and needs to stop being a shitty dad.
He was being a bad coach.
He was being their coach. Which he wasn't being their dad.
Yeah, which translated to being a bad parent in an instance where the kid was young and needed a parent, not a coach.
And LeBron gets to pick his team. Dom creates his team through Anthony Davis and Sean Chandler and the other
using the
basketball
technology
players.
that Dom has. They took existing basketball players, but then gave them crazy monster mutations, which was really cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
There was
which is kind of what they did in the first one.
Yeah,
but it was aliens.
And I liked the visual representation of these ones a lot more, too.
Oh, well, duh. It's been 25
Well, I mean,
years.
not just because of the fact that there's technological advancements,
but based on, like, animals,
maybe? Yeah,
they had, like, more personality.
There were 5 big monsters with the only real difference being their color and height in the first one.
Yeah.
And in this one, like, they all had different characteristics and abilities.
Yeah.
It was like you're playing a 5v5 MOBA, like I was playing Smite or League or something.
Yeah, but you were shooting baskets.
Yeah, but it was like a basketball MOBA where you have like abilities and shit, and you could pick your different characters.
Yeah,
it was really cool. I liked that a lot.
And then he accepts his challenge. It goes to every single HBO, Warner Brothers, HBO Max.
Yeah, every
HBO Max IP that you can stream now for $6.95. I'm surprised they didn't say that in the fucking movie.
They should have found a way to plug it.
They did. The whole movie was a plug.
I mean, like, plug the price.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised they didn't do. That's the only thing they didn't do.
I watched a video comparing the two movies as one of the things I watched to get me back in the mindset of this movie.
Yeah,
and it compared that to the first one, and they plugged a lot in the first one too. There was other brands.
They did plug Michael Jordan sponsors. They plugged Nike, McDonald's, Hanes. Yeah. And Warner Brothers plugged their logo a couple times and the Looney Tunes.
Whereas in this one, it was mainly a lot of. At least it was like their own plug. Like they weren't.
Well, they did the Nike thing.
Yeah, or like
in the new one. Remember when he fell in the Nike?
They did that really funny though.
I liked that too. I thought it was hilarious. It was funny.
It's like when you're watching a YouTube video that has got a sponsor and they don't. It's like
they organically do it.
Yeah, say they got Raid, but they don't just do like play a normal.
There was a bad way of doing this in Sonic the Hedgehog with the Olive Garden thing. They forced Olive Garden into the story. You'll have to.
I didn't see that.
It's embarrassing. They're just like, oh, for saving the world, you get gift cards for Olive Garden. It's like, wow, thanks.
What a weird way to plug.
Yeah, they didn't organically do it. At the end, they were just like, here, for saving the world, you get these gift cards for Olive Garden.
For Olive Garden,
right? Olive, because when you're here, you're family. They even did that.
Really,
it was bad.
Jeez.
It was sad.
They better got the big bag for it.
Oh man, it was embarrassing. So to the point where it was like that. Put the movie down a number. But he goes to Harry Potter world, DC world.
First off, though, the reason that they're even going to these worlds, he wants to assemble a team of the most elite Warner Brothers characters. But Bugs Bunny has been alone in the Toon World because all his friends left.
And they have experience. And Wonder Woman ain't got no basketball experience. You know, the Superman. But Superman would be just like, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
Bam, bam.
But they steal Marvin the Martian's UFO.
I love him.
To traverse
I said that in the first one, but I love Marvin the Martian.
He had a lot less screen time this time.
Yeah, but he had more. That's Marvin the Martian time. Like, it was more. He had better time. He had shorter time, but better
more quality.
Time in this one. It was higher quality this time.
Quality over quantity.
Yep.
And so
He was just the ref last time.
they stole the ship, and they did go all these places, but each place they're at, LeBron is like, yo, let's get Batman here, and they get Daffy Duck instead.
Damn you, Daffy Duck.
I thought it was really cool, though, seeing, like, during this part, they did exactly what LG Rhythm said was a good idea, which is putting LeBron in these cool worlds. But it was cool that the Looney Tunes were in there, too. It was like little mini adventures on your way to the big adventure. Like
Fair enough.
Daffy...
Instead of just going right to the basketball game.
Like they did in the other one. Daffy faked a crime where he tied up a train conductor, said someone else did it, went to save the day and almost ruined it. And
just to get Daffy.
Yeah. And then
he was being, I don't know.
Daffy was being Super Duck and something like that.
Evil
But Superman
was
came and saved the day.
Was Porky Pig.
Yeah. Daffy just wanted that clout. He wanted to join.
He did.
Who do you want to join? Is it the Justice League?
Yeah, the Justice League.
Yeah. I was gonna say, what are the bootleg adventures called?
Right. Yo, that's fucked.
When you
I don't know, man. DC is getting better, man. Their last 3 movies were fucking phenomenal.
The Walmart Avengers.
We'll talk about the Wish app version of things in a little bit. By the way, Wish app version, like that meme, the real one, Wish app version.
Yeah. But what were we?
We were. They tried to get Superman. Superman was like, "Nah, fam."
They didn't even try to get Superman.
They just got
LeBron wanted
Daffy.
him, but
Bugs
is just like, "Nope, I want my family."
Yeah, LeBron is trying to act like he's the leader of this team, like he does in real life, but he really isn't. Like it ends up being somebody else that calls the shots.
I want to see
like
Bugs Bunny with Dom Mazzetti. Yeah, that's his name from Fast, right? What's
Dominic DeCoco?
Yeah, I want to see with his face.
Dominic, yeah.
And it's just like family's everything.
Oh yeah,
because that's all Bugs wanted was to get his fam back together.
You're right. He's kind of just like Dom in that aspect.
And so yeah, LeBron was trying to run the ship. Bugs wasn't having it. He just kept getting his own guys, and so the team ended up being the Looney Tunes. What was your favorite of the little mini adventures they went on during that time?
Remind me of them. I've seen this movie twice.
They got Daffy from
DC World.
Yeah,
I liked
the bunny was
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that
was
my
really
favorite
cool
too. Though. When Lola was doing Wonder
Woman, and it was
Woman's,
comic book Wonder Woman. It was they were like in a comic book, which was cool.
I don't know. Is there like a name for that trial? Is that trial that she was doing?
I don't know.
canon?
I've never heard of that trial before, but I know they're like Amazon.
For those listening, it was like a big obstacle course that you had to complete in a certain amount of time. Yeah, to become like an Amazoness woman. And Lola was in the middle of doing that, and she's being chased by Bugs and LeBron James, begging her to come play basketball instead. And Bugs was like, when have you ever had the chance to play with an NBA superstar? She's like, been there, done that.
Right. I like the little things they did. The shots at the first one.
Yeah, they were like tipping their hat to it.
Yeah, the Wonder Woman one was really cool.
Did they go to Harry Potter for anyone?
I don't know. I know they went to the Matrix. That shit was
funny
as fuck.
Granny and
the
someone
Matrix
else.
one was funny as shit. Watching this a second time, the first time I was like, this movie was ass, and then the second time I actually had a lot of fun watching.
I feel like
it.
The first time you probably had like rose-colored lenses comparing. The first that has a lot attached to you.
I think I did. But there are bad things about this.
For those that haven't seen it yet, describe the Matrix scene with Granny.
Describe the real Matrix scene?
No, the scene in the movie.
Oh.
Like,
well, they
like
basically do the real scene from the movie, but you haven't seen this movie.
Yeah, so this
and
is my first
they have Mr. Anderson coming after the chosen one, Keanu Reeves, and the granny is Keanu Reeves, and she does the everybody's seen this kick. It's like because the reason why this kick is so not only known in the audience sphere, but also filmmaker sphere, because it's one of the first times they use the cameras around the whole scene. That's how they shot it. They put like 100 cameras around Keanu Reeves, and when he did the kick, it went to all the cameras around him
to create that,
and then
circular.
He does the kick. Like it freeze frames, spins, and then he does the kick. And it's a really cool scene. But Granny does it too, and Granny's cool as shit. So it was
like
really
the first
funny.
time that was done?
Yeah. One of the first times.
That's
yes.
crazy.
I don't know if it was the exact first time, but it's the most
popular first time.
Definitely. It was the best version of what they did at the time. Like it was new, and then when they did it, it was like, damn, we did that. That was a good way to do this.
This is beautiful.
It is. Great movie. We'll watch it. We won't watch the sequels. I'm sorry. They're trash. I guess it doesn't matter. We got to watch trash movies, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we could shit on them. Well, we
Yeah.
did watch Blair Witch. That could
Yeah,
be the,
you didn't like that.
Could be
that
the
much.
last shit movie we watched.
Ever. No, it won't be, I swear.
So after the team assembling, they go into the little training phase where LeBron is trying to get everyone
Which
to play
they barely
serious.
did in the first one. They barely did that. There was like 5 minutes of Michael Jordan doing the do like fly like an eagle, like shooting again. They didn't do almost anything with the other Looney Tunes characters. This time, they're fundamentals. They're doing the fundamentals of basketball, and the only one that knows how to play again is fucking Lola Boney.
And she tries to help teach, too.
Which is good, because LeBron can't teach on his own. We all know that.
That reminds me, actually, is that I also felt like this movie had a lot less of... This felt like a movie, whereas a lot of the time the first one felt like a documentary about MJ.
Yeah, this one is not focused on LeBron James.
He's a
at
character
all in the movie. He's
Yeah.
not. It's not like Michael Jordan presents Space Jam. It's not. It's like LeBron is
An actor in the
Space
film.
Jam. Yeah, because you're right. The first one does kind of focus on Michael Jordan.
And
You
who he
barely
is in
see
real
his
life
versus. You barely see his family. You barely see anyone else. You see Bill Murray and Larry Bird, but it's just Mike. And in this one, there's like this whole story with his kid, and his wife is mad because some dude lost LeBron. And like, you got a lot of shit going on in this movie.
Imagine losing LeBron James.
Losing to LeBron James?
No, losing
Not a lot
him.
of people have done that. Just
And-
kidding.
So after the little training session, what happens? My memory is foggy. Does the game begin? Is that around when the game starts off?
Then, yeah.
So, and
Well, they abduct him. Well, the Algae Rhythm plays games with his son. Says, man,
He,
he
like,
starts
manipulates
manipulating LeBron's son. Be like, yeah, your dad's been not really manipulating him, but like using like his emotions against him, which is kind of manipulation. So
he's gaslighting his emotions.
exactly. And he's like, oh, you're a fucker, and like, or not, you're a fucker. Your dad's being a fuck, and you're awesome, like hyping him, making him feel good, like where his dad should be doing that. And it works, and they make the game, and then they
Also, Dom's under the assumption that there's nothing really on the line here, that the game is going on so that he can prove to his dad what he's done.
Yeah.
He
He lies
Algae
to him
Rhythm
and
is
doesn't tell him,
using
and then when LeBron says, hey, he's lying to you, Dom's like, psh, no, he ain't.
Yeah, he don't believe
He's
it
a
in the
good
beginning.
dude, man. He's a good guy. He'd never get mad at like he did after the first quarter. Almost threw a chair at my ass. But then the game starts, and who's attending this game?
Everybody that the Warner Brothers have ever created, and also
All
LeBron's
of his
family.
Instagram followers.
Oh yeah,
His old gram.
Everyone that is on the Instagram gets
I
a
think they
notification.
exaggerate how much of an online presence LeBron James has. He has one, but he doesn't.
He's
He's
probably
like,
not the king.
Yeah, he ain't the king in followers. Not by far, I feel like.
I don't know the metric on that. That would be fun to look at some point. But I'm sure there's probably
Other
even NBA
more
superstars with more. But like, he's not the top dog on the platform
He's not.
whatsoever.
Not even close.
They should have went with a TikToker. This movie should have had Charli
Shut up.
D'Amelio instead.
Nope. Nope.
Why? She's got more followers than him. Probably
I'm pretty sure
50.
we all know why.
She has 50 times the followers. She should have been playing basketball. Or they could have done TikTok.
She got
dances
50
for
million
their free-
followers on TikTok.
100 million. Over that.
God damn.
Yeah, it's insane.
We all know why.
Because she's an amazing dancer.
I'm sure.
But they should have been doing TikTok dances to get out of the Looney Tune world.
And then the game starts.
It's showtime.
Bum, bum, bum. They didn't do the cool intro this time, really.
The game was really interesting how it was done, though. I think in the last one it was in a stadium, whereas in this one it's in the Looney Tunes
serververse.
world.
Yeah.
Within the serververse, there's the court, which is very resembling of the one in game of Dom's Dom Ball game.
Yeah.
And then the announcers are actual sportscasters from what? Do you know who the announcers were?
The one you see in in basketball games all the time. The other guy's a comedian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's hilarious.
And
He's in the new Free Guy movie that's about to drop with Ryan Reynolds.
Maybe we'll have to watch it. I don't think I've seen it.
Definitely. It's new. It's not even out yet.
Oh,
it's not.
Then, I definitely haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Sick.
it's brand new.
But so there's 2 real announcers. There's all the Instagram followers. All the Warner Brothers characters are like zapped into the crowd.
All the Warner Brothers characters, or the Wish app cosplay version of Warner Brothers.
Yeah, there was
characters?
like a fat Batman.
A fat man.
Yeah, like
they were all. It was so weird because it was kind of creepy seeing Pennywise. Because Pennywise wasn't the Pennywise you watch on TV. Like if you go to the movies, and it's not that one. It's like a Wish app. Some creepy dude at a Comic-Con dresses up and goes to the fucking basketball game.
I like the characters that were weird. Animated and or CGI though. Like the I forget
Iron
the robot's
Giant.
name.
Iron Giant.
There was Godzilla and then a big ass robot next to him.
There was Iron Giant from it's a Disney film with Robin Williams.
Well then, yeah, if that
was
who
Williams?
the huge robot was, then I really
it was Iron Giant.
They looked amazing being there. I thought
that was
really
cool. Scooby Doo was there, like Walmart Wish app versions of fucking Shaggy.
They should have
just
animated them, but
yeah, that was weird that they just. Did they just find people on the street and be like, yo, just put on this Pennywise costume?
They had a cosplay event going on next door, and they just recorded it.
Yeah, they went to a COVID Comic. It was the COVID Comic-Con, and they just found these people on and be like, yo, you
want to be in
a movie?
They're like, fuck yeah.
$5. We're going to a Comic-Con this coming weekend.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm going Sunday, by the way.
Sunday. Me and Grandma are going to Ocean City, I think Monday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're randomly going because family's out there. So I got to clear it with her, but I should be down to go Sunday.
Did you tell Boxing?
No.
You should.
All right. But where were we? That was a little side
the game's about to start. The Wish app versions of the.
Oh yeah, and so
you've never seen the movie Ready Player One, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have the 4K. We should watch it. It's a movie about it's like a movie with a lot of pop culture references because it's like a VR movie, and they use like Mortal Kombat, Pac-Man, all these references in the movie. This part in the movie felt like that. It felt like Ready Player One, but the Wish app version. And then they're also playing basketball. So the first time I watched this movie, I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? I'm watching a Ready Player One ripoff with LeBron James fighting people that is his family, but not really his family because they're just actors.
When I was reading comments on YouTube about people's thoughts on that, because you seem to really detest that part. Like post watching it, you didn't seem too happy with it, and I didn't really understand it because it didn't distract me at all. But I saw a lot of people commenting that like they felt distracted by the fact that all this shit was there.
I understand why someone would feel that because you're in the stands looking for people, so you're like looking for like people that you recognize. I wasn't distracted. I don't think I didn't like it. Yeah, I just didn't. Honestly, I felt like I was watching a 2-minute or like a 30-minute Hulu app for HBO Max, honestly.
When I watched it, I think it was different just for me in particular. Being the guy that doesn't watch a lot of film, like most of the characters weren't Wish app version of blank. They were just weirdly dressed people. Like I didn't know who a lot of them were. So a lot of it didn't even stand out to me. It kind of just like registered as an audience in my mind.
Right.
That had weird clothes. And like I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I see fucking weebs all the time.
You're right.
Like, back when we had regional season, I saw people that looked like the people in the stands like across from me as my opponent in like fucking South Park or something.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I didn't really notice it, but for people that like watch and love movies, then seeing a bunch of like shitty versions of IPs that they own, like you could have had better representation. You didn't need a fat guy in a Batman suit.
Yeah, that was weird.
Like,
you didn't have he looked like honestly, Pennywise looked like a child molester wearing a Pennywise costume.
Went from killing kids to piping kids.
Speaking of killing kids, here's what I don't understand. Okay? Here's
what a weird segue.
Here is what I don't understand. Warner Brothers got... Okay, so we noticed that there wasn't a Looney Tune in this movie.
I didn't notice. You had to point it out.
That was in the first one.
But it was the skunk.
It was Pepe Le Pew.
He's a skunk, right?
And cancel culture is claiming that Pepe Le Pew is a sexual abuser, a sexual assaulter. because of his female advancements.
I saw more clips of him, and I think you could technically define it as that.
You could.
He'd be
He's like
kissing
Johnny
up on
Bravo,
girls
but there are other characters like this Johnny Bravo, and he's the only one I can think of.
I think they that like there were worse characters in the audience.
Yeah,
there were characters in the
but
audience
this is
that
not
like
a human
brutally
being,
killed.
correct? This is not a human being.
It's a skunk.
It's a skunk.
That
A
kisses
cartoon
girl skunks.
skunk. They won't have him playing basketball with LeBron, but they'll have Pennywise, a clown that eats kids, in the stands.
You're just missing the bigger picture here.
What's the bigger picture?
It is okay to eat kids.
Just don't touch them.
Just don't kiss girls.
Not allowed to kiss women?
Kissing girls wrong. Devouring children right.
Okay. Okay. So
he's like, where do I go from here?
Yeah, the game starts, and one problem I have with this game is 2 words.
Style points.
Style points. How'd you know I was going to say that? Couldn't we just have I know it's a fucking movie, and they're Looney Tunes, but could we at least get a normal score system from basketball? At least keep one thing from basketball other than the ball.
And the hoops.
And the hoops. But
I'd say player count, but they definitely have more than
style
5 on court
points,
at some points.
Senior discount points.
I wish that the style points were explained at least. Like I don't.
They
like
were
playing a
explained
game
when
I
they were
don't know
playing the video game.
Well, he explained that style points exist, but it's not like you get X
There's
amount
X number of points for a crossover, X number of points of a jam from half court.
I think that it almost played into the message in the movie, though. At least one of the
It
messages.
did. No, I get what they were doing. I just hated the style points.
Because the style points made the game not reliant on fundamentals.
Yeah, I know.
Which meant you had to be loony.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense, man. That actually goes back to the whole fundamentals things where he was trying to create something fun and not fundamentals.
Yeah.
He even says that.
So it's
he
like
makes
a
shot.
callback
Remember
to
Fun
why
Dad?
Yeah.
That's really thoughtful. I've never heard a review get that deep into it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was awesome.
Uh,
So first half is going on, and they're getting crushed, right?
Yeah, it was like 700 to
It was
46 or
1,000
something
to
like that.
7 or like 6.
It was really bad. It was
Yeah, it
very,
was
very
embarrassing.
atrocious.
And we're at the halftime. In the first one, Michael Jordan leads the team with the secret stuff to victory.
Yeah,
And in this one, LeBron has no idea how to control these people. He's in the locker room blaming everyone but him, which he does in real life, by the way. He can't lead a team.
So this movie's canon.
It's so canon. It's meta. LeBron meta. It's so LeBron. And he's just blaming everybody else and fundamentals, and isn't letting anyone do them, just like in the movie, or just like his son. And they realize that, and then he's like, you know what, Bugs? You got this, fam. Gives the marker to Bugs, and then Bugs has to lead him to victory because LeBron can't fucking do it.
Before this, though, I think it was before that. Actually, I'm not sure. It might have been after he gave the marker to Bugs. But one of the characters goes and gets Michael Jordan.
Oh, my God. This is the funniest part of the whole fucking
and
movie.
They bring in Michael Jordan, and it's Michael B. Jordan.
From Black Panther and a lot of things, actually. He's
Do
kind
you
of on the
think they
rise.
wanted Michael Jordan to be in that scene and they couldn't get
I
him?
don't know. I feel like Michael Jordan would do it, though. I don't think he would be like, I don't want to do Space Jam again. Like, if they offered him, $5 million, you could be in this movie for 15 fucking minutes.
Yeah, you come out.
Would he
not
say
even
no?
15 minutes. It was like a minute that Michael B got.
15 minutes of filming.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
You got to try it a couple times.
Yeah.
Would he say no? He's done more for less. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the whole first movie. 15
minutes, $5 million, be in it. I don't think it was that. I think they just wanted to be funny, and it worked. I thought it was fucking hilarious. I was like, I really thought Michael Jordan was coming.
I did.
That's
too.
why I was great. I was like, yes, the GOAT. And then we got fucking Michael B. Jordan, not Michael A. Jordan.
Is that actually Michael Jordan?
I don't know. I just know that he's not a B. He's an A. He's a GOAT.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. Second half comes, and they're loony now. They're not doing fundamental basketball because this ain't a fundamental basketball game.
It's a loony
This is
game.
Bugs' land. So they get to act loony. LeBron starts acting weird and wacky, which was kind of fucking weird. He's not good at being funny. I don't think he was kind of.
He must strictly ball. No jokes for you.
No, it was just kind of creepy.
One thing that I think is really fucking stupid about his character in the first half is his need to stick to fundamentals when you're like, these other people have superpowers and you have
based
cartoon
on guys
characters
that are in the NBA and top WNBA stars.
You have characters that have superpowers, like that bird that runs fast as fuck. What's his name?
Tweety?
No, not Tweety.
Oh, not Wile E. Roadrunner.
Yeah, like that guy
He's
can
the
move at
fucking
1,000
goat.
miles an hour. Why are you not utilizing that?
Yeah, that's
How as a
true.
team captain can you not look at the strengths
That's
of your
true.
team?
But Jordan
You've
did
got a rabbit. It jumps high as hell.
in a fucking basketball game.
Yeah, why don't you just have him jump the whole court, dunk that shit? That's got to be style
Dude,
points.
He don't know what to do.
Put me on a team with the Looney Tunes. I'll crush any opposition.
He don't know what to do. He's just a fucking basketball player.
But
he's just the king.
I like the fact that Dom got to play as his in-game avatar also, because it was cool that he got to have a game against his dad where they're of equal skill level.
Yeah.
Or arguably Dom has more skill in that game.
I will say he has more skill
than
LeBron James.
Even if it was a normal game of basketball, he would have, given the fact that like his stats are maxed out for the video game. Like LeBron's stats aren't all maxed out.
They're up there, but
they could all be not high 90s. They're not hundreds across the board. No human is.
One guy was. He was in the first movie.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny.
Right.
Bugs Bunny.
Jordan had his flaws. Jordan had his flaws, but if anyone was close to 100, it'd be him. He's the closest.
But Dom would still wipe him because he literally
was
perfection.
100. Yep.
And so that was really neat.
Yeah.
Just that it's not every day it's no day ever that scenario would actually come up where a child could compete with one of the best in the industry at a version of that industry.
Exactly.
It was just kind of neat. It was a really cool way to be able to make them play each other.
And Algae Rhythm was talking shit. But how does Algae Rhythm act when they start losing to the Looney?
The way that he was describing LeBron to be, the way that he was gaslighting Dom is exactly how he then started to act.
Exactly. He was crazy. He acted like an old college coach named Bob Knight. He literally threw the chair like him, and he started acting all crazy. And then Dom was like, maybe my dad was not lying when he said,
maybe this guy's got fucking problems.
Maybe he's nuts. And then when his son ends up eventually having gets fed up because they come back. The what are they called? The Goon Squad.
Yeah,
they come back because they just start going ham like the Monstars did, and they don't give a fuck.
Like fourth quarter, they start running it back.
Yeah.
There was one scene where the Arachnus, I don't know what her actual name is. Arachnus is a snake and or a spider in one of the games I played. I don't remember. But she is like dunking the ball, and it bounces off LeBron's face, comes back, and she just continuously dunks.
That was a good scene.
That was
like that scene.
I thought it was really cool, and that was I think
she kept
one of the
going,
points.
Take that.
Where,
like, damn.
And they started just running the score back up. They were coming back.
Insane. And then where was I?
They were coming back.
Oh yeah, they were coming back because they were just no holds barring it.
I also brought the new player in around that time, right? Kronos.
Oh yeah, they bring in Kronos, and then after they come back, LeBron's like, "Yo, Dom, you should come over and play with us."
Mid game,
or Dom just gets fed up and he just leaves and he joins them.
He's like, I'm gonna go play with my dad.
Yeah, and that's what happened when LeBron loses. He just acquires the best players from other teams that he lost to.
It's still meta.
Still LeBron.
I like that he was like cool with making a movie where
he
flaws like that
himself.
Are pointed out.
Oh, the one joke was really funny when he said, "What? You ran out of teams to play for?" That was good. And the time Algae Rhythm was like, they were talking about how something about he said, my dad, something about his dad, and then Algae Rhythm was like, well, he doesn't have the best reputation, Cleveland, then Miami, left Cleveland, left Miami, left Cleveland again. LA better watch out. Like they kept
They're
doing that
dogging
shit. That
this
shit,
man.
It was hilarious. It was good. And then they come back, and Dom and LeBron James lead to the last quarter dunk, Jordan style. They even like grab on him too, just like the first one.
Yeah, I saw a comparison of the way that the two ended. And in the first one, it was with LeBron learning he can hyperextend his arm to dunk from like half court. Yeah, Jordan. And then LeBron's was similar in the aspect that he learned he could abuse the metrics of the game that was being played, but in a different way where, LeBron didn't actually learn anything. It was Dom's idea. Dom picked up
threw the shit at him.
Yeah, there's
the
like
turbo at him.
The pad, they're like little circle pads that are power-ups on the ground that when you step on it, you launch. Yeah, and so Dom picked one up, threw it like a fucking frisbee,
Yeah, he did.
and then it lands where LeBron is jumping, and then he like turbos up and dunks.
Jams. And then victory, and then all the followers go back. All the people go back. All the characters dip.
Everyone gets teleported back to where they belong. But if LeBron would have lost this game, I don't know if we mentioned it or not, but even the followers were stuck there.
Yeah, everybody was stuck there if they lost. The followers, the characters, the people, the family.
Shouldn't Warner Brothers be held accountable for what their algorithm did?
Abducting motherfuckers.
Millions of people.
And then putting that dude in a Pennywise shirt. You guys should go to jail for that.
The fat man.
the fat
that was criminal.
They better hire the real Batman to get rid of that motherfucker.
For real. And you have something you're about to say?
I was going to say after the game, LeBron takes him to what Dom thinks is basketball camp. Because he said he wants to do that instead of the video game camp. I think he just does it to be nice to his pops. But they go to the camp.
The video game camp instead.
Yeah, because LeBron realized he was being a fucking asshole and was like, yo, you need to do you. And for a nice hint of gesture, Dom takes the basketball. He still likes basketball.
It's just not his main thing.
Yeah, it's not his fucking passion.
It's his side hustle.
Yeah, not even that. He just likes playing once in a while, dog. Remember, it's a game. The real games are his life. He wants to do that. So let him do it, you fucker.
It's kind of inverse of LeBron's opening scene where he's playing basketball, where
not everyone's like you, bro.
But he was like, by his coaches, almost forced to give up gaming in pursuit of stardom, whereas Dom, being a video game designer, which is an independent thing, you don't really need a coach teaching you how to do it, gets the luxury of also keeping the things he enjoys. He doesn't like sacrifice everything like LeBron did.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? I can also play basketball every now and then. Like, I don't have to fucking hate my life and just slave away making video games 24/7. I could enjoy multiple things.
Exactly. He doesn't have to make money doing basketball, but he can also enjoy basketball.
Well, it also could be representative of a different upbringing, because LeBron came from less, and so he had more incentive to push for more, whereas Dom is going to have a safety net for the rest of his life, which allows him to pursue creative endeavors.
He probably has a more chance to become successful in his career path than basketball.
For sure. And he doesn't have the need, like, it's not a survival thing for basketball.
Not for him.
Yeah,
because
sports.
He got his dad to lay back on.
Sports tend to me, I think, to be an outlet for escaping poverty for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They're one of the only things that you can just, like, get into, and they can get you into college, and then they can get you past that. And, like, it's just kind of crazy.
It is.
And so, but he doesn't need that.
You don't need a good school system to be a basketball player.
Yeah, and
you don't need a good school system to be any sport, really.
But Dom doesn't need that because he's already got the financial
stability.
Yeah, so he's good to do whatever he wants. He can just purely follow passion. He could, if he were in LeBron's shoes where he wanted to play on his little Game Boy while playing he could, and there's
It'd be a switch, but
yeah, if he wanted to go shoot some hoops after designing, he can. And there's not like immediate ramifications where he's going to lose a fucking championship.
LeBron didn't have that automatic ball passer that they did on their court.
That thing was really cool.
Ball.
I want one. That seems nice.
Anytime you say ball out of context, it hits you in the face.
Damn, my balls.
Boom. Fucking basketball to the dome.
I liked when he was like, when Dom was like, "Ooh, spaghetti and meatballs," and then the ball shoots out and hit his brother.
Oh yeah, I just remembered something.
Huh?
The rap battle.
Oh yeah, with Piggy and someone else.
They got points for that.
Hey, style points.
Style points for the rap battle.
Freestyle points.
In the middle of the game, it was like the second quarter or some crazy shit, or the third or some dumb shit.
Third, I think.
Yeah, and they like instead of actually playing basketball, they just rap battled, and Porky Pig, the Notorious Pig.
What led to that? I think someone said something.
Random, dude.
I think it got instigated by something.
Yeah,
but I don't
that
remember.
shit was out of that shit made no sense.
It was kind of funny. I liked
was
it.
Funny,
personally.
but it was just like, what the fuck just happened?
They probably shouldn't have got points for it, but I thought it was funny.
Hey, if you get points for rapping, you might as well not even play.
It's like, am I just watching Wild and Out now?
Right, that's what it was. They did Wild Out. And after the motherfucking camp, Bug shows up because he didn't die. The glitch is how the.
Oh yeah, there was that was a really cool piece of the movie too. Towards the end of the game, Algae Rhythm plays because Dom leaves. So Algae takes the spot, but Algae is in control of the universe.
And the game.
Yes.
Yeah, the game. So he cheats and shit.
There was a point where someone shot. Who shot?
I think Lola maybe.
Yeah, and Algae just pulls it out, like literally without his hands or anything. He just uses like the force to stop this ball from coming in and then goes out. And I think they're like down by 1 point or something at this point.
Yeah.
And so they have to find a way to break the mechanics of the game because he's like the overseer of the game.
Yeah.
So they remember there's a callback from when LeBron actually played the game with Dom, and during that moment he did a move that LeBron taught Dom in real life that Dom programmed into the game, but that move caused a glitch in the game.
His character.
Yeah, which deleted his character in the beginning, which was important for the story arc later on because Algae Rhythm helped them like retrieve it and everything. But they tied everything in so well. More I think about it. But so then,
second watch there was definitely better.
LeBron, their plan is for LeBron to be passed the ball. He's gonna do the step back move that glitches the game. And so when Lola throws the ball in, Bugs intercepts the ball and sacrifices himself doing the move because they're assuming that whoever does it gets glitched out of the existence. Yeah.
From the serververse.
And so LeBron was going to sacrifice his life, but Bugs sacrificed his for the sacrifice, which was kind of crazy. Bugs is like a good man for that.
Yeah, he was. It was a romantic thing. It was a great thing. And they won. And then they all went back. And then Bugs is like, yo, we all crashing at LeBron's house. And then the credits roll with all the funny pictures with LeBron vacationing with the Looney Tunes and shit. That shit was funny.
Another critique I saw of other people's that didn't play much to me. I didn't really care. But I guess there's like something at the end that the pig usually says. I forget what it was.
That's all, folks.
Yeah, that they didn't do that.
Yeah, they did.
They did do that?
Not the same way, but it was like a goofy way.
But yeah, the pig didn't like literally do that, whereas he did in the first one, I believe. I know. I didn't really think it mattered too much, but that was...
Yo, y'all are just extra as fuck. That is like, yo, calm down. Calm down. Seriously.
I had like no critique, so I wanted to read comment sections on videos and see what other people's were, because I had no problems with this. I wanted to at least have an understanding of where people came from. Yeah, I liked the whole thing.
Awesome. That's good
that you enjoyed the film a lot. Yeah, I thought it was really cool.
It's good that the new perspective enjoys the fuck out of this movie. That's good.
And, this isn't anything to do with the movie, but when we went to the theater, there was only one group in there besides us. We thought we had the theater to ourselves, and
at first we did until they came in late.
And there was like 3 kids though, and I enjoyed it just being us and them because I could hear them getting excited.
They got excited.
And
they were kids. They were like 6.
They were like you when you watched Space Jam the first time.
Yes,
and that's
they
gonna
were
like,
actually.
How the way you attach nostalgia to the first is how they're gonna think. And
in
like
25 years.
Yeah, and that's just like it was cool getting to hear them loving it so much.
It's deep.
And getting excited when Bugs Bunny came out for the first time. I remember I started clapping and cheering with them when the credits rolled.
They were like, "Woo!"
Yeah. I thought it was really adorable, and getting to like witness someone else like seeing something that might stick with them forever. It might not. They might go see a movie tomorrow they like way more, and I could just be over exaggerating what it could
No,
have
you
meant
weren't
to them.
exaggerating.
But
They
if
loved it.
if that's something that sticks with them, like the same way you say that the first one stuck with you, then
That'd
I
be
think that's
dope.
really cool.
It's not. It's not that. That's totally 100.
No cat.
The only issue. The only issue is that they are going to have a movie with not as iconic music. The music was very forgettable, I feel like.
I don't remember any of the songs.
Exactly. You remember songs from the first one? Probably.
Not really, to be
Welcome
honest.
to
but
the Space Jam.
not a lot. The songs in the first one weren't really iconic to me either. They
Well,
were just
yeah, that's
old
true.
songs that I know are iconic to others.
I just feel like the songs are more forgettable in this one. They were just like
A lot of the
couple
ones-
trap songs.
I'd have to look at the song list again from the first, but I do recall a lot of them being ones that are still well-known songs now and were very popular songs in its day also, whereas there weren't any like 2021 top hits in this movie.
No, and I feel like the intro song "Welcome to the Space Jam." If that gets put on, 9 times out of 10 that person's heard that song before, and it was super iconic. I don't even know if they had their own song, like their own song.
It was just a lot of trap music.
Yeah,
which
it was weird. Which is modern, I guess, but I feel like they could have did a better job with the music.
It felt a little out of place to me,
Yeah,
to be honest.
it did. I didn't like that. That sucks.
Did you have any? I remember when we were watching, you had a lot of notes. Do you have any questions, or did we basically cover everything?
I don't have a lot of questions. I don't understand. Yeah, I guess so. I don't understand some things. I don't understand why Algae motherfucking Rhythm even wanted LeBron.
Why him of all people?
Yeah. He explained it, but there
it
was
didn't make
more
sense.
people that
Like,
fit those things.
literally, like I gave a joke example earlier, but literally Charlie D'Amelio has 50 to 100 times the follower count of him. So if you're going purely based on
followers,
followers and notoriety, he's probably not even the most
top
followed
10.
person in the
He's
NBA.
not even top 10.
I'm curious. That would be a fun stat to look at, though. Can you is it possible to Google most followed NBA player on Instagram?
Followed NBA player?
Yeah.
Oh,
on
yeah,
Instagram.
that is a thing. Oh, yeah, LeBron's number 1.
Oh, he is? How many followers does he have?
I don't know.
If we
I'll
can look
check.
at how many followers he has,
Oh, this is in Spanish.
then look up most followed person on Instagram, I guess, and see
Okay, I actually have it. Most followed NBA players on all their platforms. Number 1 is LeBron James with 80.3 million.
Oh, so I definitely over exaggerate. I thought he had a lot less because Charlie D'Amelio still has more followers than him, but it's not 50 times. It's like 1.4 times or something like that.
Number 2, okay, so remember 80.3 million.
80.3.
Stephen Curry, very good ball player, 32 million.
That's number 2.
Yes.
So I guess it makes more sense now. We just had
it makes more sense.
we didn't understand the severity of the follower gap.
You want to hear number 3? He's actually used to play on my favorite team, the Washington Wizards. He just got traded like 3 days ago. But Russell Westbrook has 16 million. So it goes 16, 32, 80.
Yeah, that
Not
makes a
even
lot
close.
more sense. Like, we definitely underestimated
We
his
did.
his Instagram presence.
So I guess it kind of makes sense, but I guess they just chose basketball because of the first Space Jam. It seemed like I don't understand why
Given
Algorithm also wanted to. Why did he make a deal to keep him in the serververse when he could have just kept him in and abducted him?
that is a good point. Also,
Yeah.
maybe he knew that if he kept LeBron wouldn't do his bidding. Like,
Or maybe.
whereas if LeBron loses, he's now almost contractually obligated.
You know what
to
he
be a
did say?
slave.
Now, come to think about it, he did say when he was talking about the basketball game, after the basketball game, everyone would know the name Algae Rhythm.
So it
So
could have
maybe
been
he did it because it was live.
to get the 80 million followers.
Maybe it was.
I think the movie made it feel like he had less Instagram followers because I think they used the
like
number million at
1.4
some
or
point.
Shit.
Yeah, like when if
But
he,
this was on.
that's
all
I think where I
platforms.
got my metric where Charlie would have like 100 fucking
Right.
times the amount because I know she's got 100 mil at least, and
Right.
I thought he had like 1 million given the For some reason, the movie led me to believe that.
Yeah,
I need to
I know.
rewatch it now, I guess, to figure out why. But
I guess they had the basketball game so that everyone knew the name algorithm, which was kind of corny because no one knows a fucking computer algorithm. But
I thought the personification of it was still cool.
it was a good idea. Modernized.
It's also kind of scary though, because there's I don't remember who first brought this up to me, but someone had once suggested the idea that a lot of the concept of film being created as a way to almost cover up things that actually occur in a way to make it seem laughable if you suggest it's real. For example, if I were to using this, if I were to be like, yo, I don't know how to actually exemplify what I'm trying to say, but so if we were to be wouldn't it be crazy if there was just no rules for 24 hours, and you're like, that's the purge. Yeah. Whereas
put in what if scenarios and make a movie about it, and then boom, rinse, repeat. You got
make
$200 million.
Make a movie about something you're actually doing, so that if anyone were to suggest the thing you're actually doing, it seems comical for them to suggest that because it's a movie. You'd be like, really? You think the government is doing the plot to X movie?
Oh, the government using film to make ideas about things that they're actually doing a joke?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they do that.
And so what if
they do that?
What if this was
Matrix?
That? And
I'm kidding.
What if this was that, and Warner Brothers has a plan to devise an algorithm that is going to keep us locked into our electronic device, which, if it's not physically meta in that device, it could be their
listening to us.
It could be their streaming platform that they want to get you locked in, quote unquote.
They even made jokes, NSA jokes, where they were just yeah, we have all that information and shit. They made
they made very odd jokes that suggested that they have cameras everywhere.
Wait a minute, we were like,
yeah, what if that was them poking fun at reality, so that we look at it, we close a blind eye to it or something.
That's a good point. Yeah,
is the government using Space Jam to hide?
Not Space Jam, but there are movies like that.
What's an example you could think of?
The Matrix, or just conspiracy movies altogether. Some that are alien ones, maybe. Signs. Any alien film. Men in Black. Men in fucking Black, dude. There's conspiracy theories online with decent credibility that the Men in Black actually exist. They have footage of these, after an alien, people saying they saw some kind of craft or something. They've seen people visit that place in black suits with that can't be identified and shit. That is Men in Black.
The people forget about the things they saw.
I don't know if it's exact, but I'm just saying that it's Men in Black. You should look it up. The real Men in Black. YouTube that shit.
That sounds really cool.
It's kind of interesting. I don't know if I believe it, but I like looking that shit up.
They're cool things to ponder. When we're just sitting around bullshitting, right now, it's fun to banter about.
Yeah.
And what if? It's just crazy what if.
Exactly. Speaking of what if and creepy things. The actor Don Cheadle for Algorithm started creeping me out.
How so?
He just gave me a creep vibe.
Towards the end, or
after the second half, this anger and creepiness, and when he did the smile,
his whole world was kind of crashing around him at that point.
He was just creepy to me.
They didn't give us any insight as to what happened to Algorithm after this. There's no way that LeBron doesn't press charges.
Yeah. Against Warner Brothers?
Yeah.
He was going to sue him. He would sue him.
They sucked 80 million people into the computer.
Yeah, not one of them sued.
Yeah.
Not one.
Or tweeted about it.
Right. Not even Twitter sphere.
Also, how much do you think Instagram paid to be the platform they brought up?
Were they the platform?
I believe they noted his Instagram followers.
You're
not
right,
Facebook, not Twitter, not YouTube. They pointed out his Instagram following.
True. You think Facebook paid him?
They own Instagram.
Yeah, they do.
I wonder if that's the case.
They didn't pay much for it. I don't think.
I don't know what they paid. I don't know.
Just 3 dudes in a dorm that made Instagram. And they were
probably became billionaires.
All right. I forgot about something totally about this movie. Shout out to my boy Lyle for reminding me of this. So, in this movie, Granny's plan and like it's the first scene where Granny's like bawling.
When she's against Kronos, right?
Yeah, and when she dunks it's during the practice when they're practicing, and Granny goes ham when they practice, and she dunks it on everyone, and when she dunks it, the coop breaks down, and she goes, "Game blouses." And that is a reference to the Chappelle Show, where there's a skit where Charlie Murphy's a comedian that was on the Chappelle Show, and he tells stories on there. And he told a story where he was hanging out with Prince, the singer.
Yeah.
And he met him at a club or something. And then they went to their house, and he randomly goes, "I'm bored. Let's play a game of basketball." And Charlie Murphy's talking about this story about him playing basketball with Prince and his band. And at the end, in the beginning, they were making fun of Prince because it was the 80s, so Flamboyant was in. And Charlie Murphy made a joke. He was like, "Hey, let's call this, I know what to call this, the shirts against the blouses." And at the end, when he finds out that Prince is amazing at basketball, and he was getting rebounds like Charles Barkley, shooting like Mike, and all that shit. And he was like, at the end, after Prince's group like straight dog him in basketball, he does a bag dunk on Charlie Murphy, and he hangs up and he goes, "Game blouses." And that was a reference to that. And the first time we watched it, it was quiet ass theater, and I just hysterically started laughing. What did you like about this movie that you haven't spoken of? Have you already spoken of everything?
I liked the fact that the plot was centered around LeBron and his family.
Not just LeBron.
In the first one, the plot to the film itself wasn't even really around Michael Jordan. It was more so the Looney Tunes needed help, and Michael Jordan came to help them.
Yeah.
But that makes the plot to me more centered around the Looney Tunes, with Michael Jordan being like a side character, kind of, even though he was the focal point of the film. So it was a really odd where like half of it was a documentary, but the other half was about him helping someone else with their problem. Whereas this one,
which became his problem because he raised the stakes, and then he would have been a slave.
Yeah, he doubled down on it.
He always does.
The fact that this movie was more so a story about LeBron and his family overcoming trials and tribulation that also happened to be tied into the conflict with algorithm. It was just, I thought it made for a much more compelling story arc than the first one. And
yeah,
it was a
probably.
lot less documentary like too.
It was.
And it was really cool. Part of that sentence I've already said before, the fact that it was less documentary like, but the focal point on LeBron and his family, and there's a more character development in this, which makes it feel more like a genuine
There's not
movie.
really any new characters in the first one.
Yeah,
there's just
actually,
Mike. We know Mike.
And we know the Looney Tunes.
And we know the Looney Tunes. You had to learn Dom,
to
and then Dom's relationship with his dad, and then his dad's relationship to his family.
And then it develops over time.
It was a little more complex.
I don't really think Michael Jordan changed much. He just was himself and played basketball.
And got the inspiration to come back.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I guess that actually is a good point. There was some character growth in that one, too.
Yeah, because he realized he couldn't fucking play baseball.
It helped him. And that's
They didn't hire him for baseball.
Yeah, they didn't bring it. If the Looney Tunes had a baseball issue, they were not going to Michael Jordan.
Nope, not at all.
They'd probably sooner go to LeBron.
What I like about this movie is most of the side humor. The nitpicks, the jokes, the quirkiness. All that. The Matrix scene was cool. Granny with the Matrix scene. I love that scene. And the basketball, LeBron, he was funny. He did a good job.
I thought he was a much better actor than Michael Jordan also.
They were both kind of bad. But LeBron seemed to do better than Mike.
I didn't really get a bad vibe from him. Like, he wasn't a phenomenal actor ready to make his Hollywood break, but he was, for somebody that is an athlete that did a movie, I thought he did really well.
Yeah. He did all right.
Was this his first film?
I guess.
Because like I can't imagine I would do much better with my first ever
Probably
film.
Not.
Dude did pretty
Probably
well.
not. And it was a big movie, so he's starting at the top.
Can only go down from here.
Yep. Retire, buddy. No, I'm kidding. But I liked the Matrix scene a lot. I liked the references a lot. I liked the jokes a lot. There are a lot of... The second watch through was just a lot better than the first one. The first one wasn't that good. So...
I haven't given it a second watch yet.
I enjoyed it. You should. The second watch is better than the first one, so you'd probably like it even more. Speaking of you liking it even more, what do you rate this one?
Gave it a good 4.
You gave this one a 4.
What did I give the last one?
A 3.
3? Yeah, this one definitely deserves one up from the last one to me, but also, like, it's not a 5. Like,
yeah. No one would say this is a 5.
If I never watched it again, I wouldn't be upset, but
I'm probably
I also
going,
enjoyed
since
it.
The references don't bug you, I understand that score. References, the advertisement feeling of it. Like, I did kind of feel like I was sitting through a funny Hulu ad. A long, funny Hulu ad. 2 hours long. Longer than the last one.
Half hour longer, I think.
Yeah. The other one was really short. And I'm going to have to... And it doesn't have the nostalgia for me. So I'm going to have to give it a 3.
And that's fair also.
So we just swapped.
Yeah, actually, you gave the last one a 4?
Yep. Because it's not a 5.
We traded answers.
So that point goes to nostalgia. I'll just say it goes as a nostalgia because I'm not going to say that point goes to references because I'm not going to give you lose a whole point over
a fat Batman and
I mean, no, that might have lost a whole point.
That Pennywise was like a
nah,
dime.
I'm going to give it a 3. I enjoyed myself, but not like woohoo like those kids.
Yeah.
It wasn't for a 32-year-old bro at the movies. I mean, kind of it was.
Not as much as the first was for a 7-year-old bro on his couch with the fam.
So, yeah, I'd have to give it a 4.
4? You mean 3?
Or, yeah, you gave it 4.
I gave it a
3.
4.
Sorry.
I'm like, damn, you changed your mind quick.
You changed 3 numbers, bro. You changed your name fucking 3 times, bro.
Yeah, well, I'm going to lock in my 4. You're locking in your 3.
Yeah.
And I could see where your 3's coming from.
Yeah.
I think it's fair. If I had a lot of attachment to the predecessor to this, it might be different.
Yeah.
Also, but like I watched the first one a week or two before. Like,
right. It wasn't that long.
And so mine was like a direct comparison to a movie that came out 25 years prior.
But it's at the end. It's been out for a while. And it's at the end. And it's on HBO Max, obviously.
Mm-hmm. They didn't make that clear enough.
So what should we watch next? Something in the theater or...
I'm digging the theater thing, especially because my dumbass got the fucking Regal Unlimited and barely
you might as well use it.
Yeah,
if you don't use it, you lose it.
And I don't use it unless
you don't lose it, though. You still
got
to pay.
Yeah, for a fucking year.
Yeah.
I used to think this thing was juice until I realized I don't use it that much and you can't cancel for a year.
Yeah, that's wrong.
It's a crime to keep someone locked in. I don't believe in
contracts. But there's a lot of good movies out. Suicide Squad.
I'd be down to see that. I still want to see that one. Old, I think it's called.
Old is out. The Stillwater's out. 3 movies that we can do.
I want to spend a day one day just watching film. Just go into the movie theater from open to close. Because I don't tend to like go often. But I feel like if I tried to do it in a day, like
name the day, man. I'm down.
I'm going to have to look. Because maybe one day this week, because I am going to be going on that little trip next week.
Oh, yeah.
It would be nice to try to get some stuff done before
Yeah, just
then.
tell them, yeah, we could do that.
Alrighty, I'm going to look at my phone after the podcast at the
not
movies.
Tuesday.
Not
Can't
Tuesday.
be Tuesday. I'm busy.
All right. And even worst case, if we find a day that like I plan on doing the whole thing and you don't want to go to every movie, you don't even have to
I've
go
seen
to
them
all
all.
of them.
I've seen all 3 of those movies.
Jeez.
I've seen Old like 3 times. I've seen Stillwater once. And Suicide
someone
Squad.
like you should definitely be on Regal Unlimited. Like,
yeah, I love it.
They're basically paying you to be there.
It's great. It's a good time. I love going.
They're going to be paying
and
us
like,
to be here one day.
Going like in between shit I have to do. Like I'll go
I got
like
2
to my
hours to
dad's and then see a movie because he lives right there and then go do something else. Or
It's like a pivoting point for
Yeah.
you. You get to like just chill, unwind a little bit, reset your mind,
and
go
then
do the next
I
task.
do it in between shit. And I can go anytime unless they're closed.
And since you've seen each movie 8 times, you can come halfway through
There's
the movie.
actually, like, I was looking today. I was like, I want to see a movie. And I was looking. There's no movies I haven't seen that are out right now. There are not.
That's kind of nuts.
645 is exclusive to Regal, but it's not playing at our Regals. It's a horror movie too.
Are we able
So
to
I'm a
go to
little
other
upset.
Regals with unlimited, or is it
Yes,
location
but
specific?
depending on the Regal, we might have to pay more.
Aw,
Like at Frederick, you have to pay like $1 more.
that's gay.
But the thing is, our theater's better than theirs. Theirs is like ratchet. Ours was worse.
Until we got the seats.
Then we got the COVID seats. Not even they remodeled the whole thing during COVID.
That's
They were already going to do it. They were doing it at the end when we were going. Half the theater was shut down because they were construction on it.
And that's a really smart play. They're like, you know
Yeah,
what,
they got
fuck it.
lucky. They were
Yeah.
like, yes. But then the first day it reopened, because I was there day one, cousin.
Mm-hmm.
First day they reopened, everyone was new to their job. Even the manager was like, I don't know what to do. I
I've
was
never
like,
been here
damn.
before. Like,
It's my first day.
like,
But
let me
we
help
can
you.
do
I'm here all
that.
the
But I
time.
also want to do Shaun of the Dead. So we could do either Suicide Squad or Stillwater or Old, whichever. We should do the ones that aren't going to be out. Like, Old's kind of old. No pun intended. Like, Old is has been in theaters for a while. It might get rotated out soon. So we should do
probably should
Old
get
and
that
Stillwater first.
All right.
And then we'll do Suicide Squad.
Alrighty.
Or we could just do all three back to back and then have a day for casting back to back to back.
I
3 in a
might-
row.
I might look and see if there's one that I just want to go watch tomorrow before therapy or something.
Okay, that's
just
fine.
get a movie scene.
Yeah.
That's a nice way to a nice little mind reset and then go do another test.
If you do it during the day, I will accompany you if you want.
All right, sick. I'll let you know if I find one.
Would
I
you do
wanna see.
Old or Stillwater?
How long are they each?
Probably the same.
Like 2 hours, 2.5.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
would just depend on the available show times then, because I
Okay. Because
have
it is
to-
weird.
I'd
They're
have to
older. It's not
leave
like
by,
Suicide Squad's playing every 30 minutes.
yeah, I'd have to leave by about 3. I'd have to be out of
Okay.
the theater.
Okay.
So anything that starts at 12:31 would be available.
That's almost everything. Because
I'd
that's
have
when
to
they
look,
open.
and I could just bring a snacky with me in the car to eat
it's-
afterwards.
No,
Oh,
just yeah.
we gotta bring the flask
That
or
works.
something.
We'll
to
do
a
Old
movie one
next.
day.
Mic check.
1, 2,
kidding.
3. So, is that everything? Is that a wrap?
That's a wrap, bro.
All right,
That's
thank
a
you
wrap. That's
guys.
a Porky Pig rap.
Notorious
That's all,
B.I.G..
folks.
Thank you guys for watching this episode. Take it easy.
Lemon squeezy.